beautiful people. It is Wednesday, the 25th of June. Welcome to TDA, the day after your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by you guys, the culture. And like we are every blessed day, we're hosted by the very best. Brent, you in the building?
I surely am. Good morning. How art thou?
That was his finest, you know what I mean? Can't complain.
Amazing.
How you doing?
I am blessed and highly favored.
Thank God.
The world has returned to a level of normalcy. Yeah. People are, turning up and offering their help again. Putting their hands to the mill. Getting hands dirty. It's a good feeling. I only need a little. I only need a little. Just show me that you're interested. Show me that you're present. That's all you can do, right?
True indeed.
That's
man.
all you can do. All right then. How are you? It's fine. Sunny morning. Do you feel extra melanated?
Indeed, man, 100%, man. 100%. Funny you mentioned that, yeah, because tomorrow we've got a good topic of the day on that.
Yes, we do. Tomorrow's going to be a good day.
Yeah, so people, make sure, just in case we forget to mention during the show, we've got two amazing guests tomorrow. It's going to be a powerful subject. I suspect that we're going to be split down the middle. Somewhere, anyway. You know what I'm saying?
At one point, you have to acknowledge that one of them is not a guest anymore. I mean,
that is true.
It's family at this point.
That is true. Pardon me. Pardon my French, guys. But it's going to be good, man. So make sure you guys are here tomorrow, top of the morning and whatnot. But yeah, man, I'm feeling extra melanated, you know what I'm saying? If that's even possible. You know what I mean?
Everything's possible. Christy sent a clip from the Shade Borough.
Okay.
The beautiful Madam Joyce was making a statement. Let me know if it is that you agree with this.
Okay.
You just pull it up. Quick. Ooh. We have a fantastic announcement for the community. Remember Handsome Tony?
Big up, Tony.
Remember Handsome Tony? Handsome Tony has proposed to his
nice
girlfriend. Yeah.
Well done, man.
He's
well
about
done.
to do the walk.
Well done.
Say
Congrats.
bye to the jungle.
To the streets.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. Handsome Tony's off the market, people. I'm sorry. But he's got a good one.
Big him up, man. Congrats, man. Congrats.
Congratulations. All right, so here is the clip. Okay.
When somebody says that somebody has a black woman, I think it's incredibly derogatory and I'm not receiving it anymore. When a guy has like a real like and taste for a black woman, they will refer to it as a black woman. But if somebody really likes blondes or browns, they will never say it's a brown haired fete or a blonde hair fete. Why is it weird or a taboo or a fete that somebody has a desire for black women? You're valid in how you feel. We look good. The skin is glistening. The dark skin complexion is glowing. You are not wrong. The thighs is thick, the ass is fat, and the bra is bouncing. You are not wrong to feel right when you see me. Are you surprised that a man is vocally loud about how attracted he is to you? Are we that damaged? Has society made us feel that we're that foreign to appreciation? So the next time a man comes to you and tells you that he finds you he finds black women incredible, you better say, duh. I don't like it when somebody says that somebody has a black woman.
Thoughts?
I hear her, man. I hear it. You know what? I was in two minds about saying what I want to say, but I feel like it's a compliment anyway. I think like she just looks like she's radiating more. And what I notice is she's not wearing makeup like she normally does, innit? A lot of makeup, innit? So I think her natural form is just, you know what I mean? So big her up, man. But back to what she was talking about. I agree with her, man. I agree with her. I think those are some of the subtle things that sometimes we don't notice, innit? You know what I'm saying? That why does it have to be a fetish? Why can't it just be a natural love for the first, You know what I'm saying? Woman on the planet that gave birth to all. You know what I'm saying? Why can't it just be an appreciation of, you know what I'm saying, the goddess, the number one goddess? Why can't it be that? Why does it have to be a fetish? Why does it have to be something that's a taboo? You know what I'm saying?
Interesting take, so.
Can't it just be that everyone open their eyes and their brain works? You know what I'm saying?
Interesting take. So a white man can never fetishize a black woman.
No, it most definitely can. But I think she's more so speaking to the assumption that it is definitely a fetish. Do you get what I'm saying? Why does it have to be that though? Why does it have to be, oh, I just like this particular feature and that's the thing that I like? Sometimes, obviously, we know there's countless interracial relationships out there. Sometimes they just love the woman, man. And they see what we see. You know what I mean?
And how do we know the difference?
I don't know that we always know the difference. Maybe we can somewhat tell from how the interaction continues, you know what I'm saying? But we can't always tell. And I think us assuming it's a fetish always maybe speaks to how we see particular situations. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more so, let me not say more so, but sometimes it can be a projection of how we see a particular situation. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't always have to be. I hear where she's coming from. That's not saying fetishes don't exist. We know they do, obviously. You know, there's a legacy of this stuff that's been there for generations and generations, and we know this. But I think I understand where she's coming from. I understand where she's coming from. I think sometimes it can do a lot of harm, thinking that we are always those who are the taboos. There are plenty of black women out there, black men out there, who interracial date and have families and you know what I'm saying, they're happy and things of that nature. And that's the life they've chosen. Why does it have to be that one of those parties are, you know what I mean, are fetishizing the other? So I hear where she's coming from. You know what I mean? I hear where she's coming from. Come on, Christy, talk to us. She says she has so many thoughts on this and will shake the table.
All right. So, good morning, beautiful. How are you? Good morning, Christy.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah, we
sorry.
can hear you
You
now.
answered to Christy, but not beautiful. Oh, yes, I see.
No, I didn't realize I was on.
How are you?
Life's been, but yeah.
I'm
Thank God,
sending you a
nonetheless.
big virtual hug.
Thank you.
Cool.
Sorry, I have so many thoughts.
First, you want to respond to what Emmanuel has said? Because did you think he was going to
Sorry,
go
I
there?
kind of missed.
Emmanuel
what he
said
said.
that she's right, that every white man should be allowed to fetishize black women without impunity.
Yeah, I don't agree. Sorry. First of all, I don't agree with what. I get the sentiment. And I think I got what Iman was saying, is that sometimes it's a reflection of maybe how we would feel, as in black women. However, I'm going to ruffle some feathers, mainly on the women's side. I feel like she was coding. It was seemingly to me saying, oh, this is going to sound bad, but it I don't know how to put this without sounding rude or bad. But to me, it was giving. You want validation from the white man. Sorry, that's what it was given to me. Or specifically the white man, but men of other races. That's what it was giving.
Why did it sound like that to you? What specifically did she say, or the energy? Like, what came across that made it seem like she wants validation?
Like, it was just talking up that, you're valid in your feelings, and it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was the undertones or that I'm getting, and I feel like certain black women are. it's just, I don't know. It didn't sit right. It didn't sit well with me personally. It just seems like it's screaming that you want some type of validation, and because you want that validation, she's saying, "Oh no, you're right in how you're feeling," and I just feel like no, they do fetish size. There was one person specifically in the comments talking about obviously I didn't see the picture, so I don't know. There could be, but there could be, I don't know. But I would assume it was a white man. He was just like, "Oh yeah, it's not," and I like my women darker than midnight, and I've got a black child. So is it the fetish? And I was thinking, sir, are you okay? You literally just said I like my dark, like the nightshade, and you thought that was fine to say. And I just thought you are proving the point that it is a fetish. So I just feel like black women need to have a come to Jesus moment where
But do you understand the point? Her point that it's not, well, at least this is how I kind of interpreted it. Yeah, that it's not always a fetish. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when we just kind of render something a fetish, blanket statements a fetish, we kind of do ourselves just a disservice, because it's like, why is it that we are the taboo? Why is it that we are the thing that no one's allowed to like? And so if you do like it, it's weird. It has to be given a particular term. It has to be a fetish. There has to be something untoward about it. Why can't it be that everybody else recognizes the same beauty that us black men recognize? Do you get what I'm saying? That's kind of how I'm interpreting what she's saying.
I don't know. I feel like you're erasing a lot of context behind fetishization, particularly with black men and women. I think you're literally just skipping over all of that just to say, no, you're valid in your likeness and stuff, because you can just happen to like someone, black men or women, and they just happen to be black. Yeah. But when it's followed up by certain descriptive words, I'm sorry, it's a fetish to me. And I get that. I guess we're in a time where it's so skewed that now it's just like, oh, I feel like again, I said the undertones for me, it was giving black women, give yourself permission. Get validation over there if you're not getting validation from the black men. That's what it was given to me.
That's what I thought.
I don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about it.
Yeah,
don't let
that's what it was given to me.
Don't let the girlies tell you that you can't be desired by the whites.
See, that's why
that's
I thought
what it was given to me.
That's why I thought you was initially going to go in, but I didn't want to say anything, because it sounded like
that's what
almost she was saying that, and almost like she's about to tell the world something, or kind of preparing the world for something. You know what I mean? So, all right, I hear you.
And again, I'm gonna need, and I'm not. I don't want to blanket all black women. I don't. But we need. Please believe in your source. I beg you, please believe in your source, and not to say that, obviously because of anti-blackness and that gets thrown at us. And it gets thrown at us from our own. I'm not denying that. That's a factor. But I'm just gonna need us to believe in our source. And for me, it's given why because I don't get validation from I must go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I personally don't feel like why that shouldn't be the mode in which you're operating. To me personally, it's like you're operating from a place of lack. Sorry, like,
I hear you.
To me, you're starting yourself off the back foot. That's what I'm saying. And again, obviously, you know my views on go where the love is bullshit. Obviously, I'm not for it. I will never be. Because it gives that kind of connotation. But, and again, obviously, people are going to do what they're going to do. Interrelational relationships. That's people's thing. That's people's thing. Ain't my thing. But not to say it can't be genuine, but I'm just, if we're already starting off the back foot and you're on a place of, because, no, just you're valid and, he's, literally, I saw comments literally saying that were just descriptors of the, darker shade, I like it when they're like sweeter than, go here, that black, and all that kind of comments. I'm thinking, you're literally proving the point that you're fetishizing. Because what else about this black woman is it that you like?
If you saw somebody kind of bigging up their black wife and they're of a different race, but doesn't mention their complexion at all. So let's just say, you know how couples are talking in front of cameras nowadays and whatnot, and you see the man talking about how amazing she is as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, her brain, she's intelligent, she's this, you know what I'm saying? All that, she made me a better person, all that beautiful stuff, and doesn't mention her color at all, her complexion, her race. Would you still feel like there's some fetishization there?
Sorry, say that again?
If you saw, for example, a couple talking, so you've got somebody who's not black, the man who's not black, and the woman is black, and he's bigging up all the positive things about her, basically saying she's an amazing wife, amazing mother, all that sort of stuff. She's intelligent, she's smart, she made him a better person, etc., etc., etc. Would you still think there's a fetishization there, or does the fetishization only come to the surface once that person mentions skin tone?
I think it's if you just generally speaking about your wife in a certain manner, then you're just talking about you. But I feel like there's certain, if only things you can pick out is like the sexual connotations of their looks, of their lips, or their balm, or certain things about their skin. That's all you can pick out. Then there's a big problem. I'm sorry.
Would that be the same?
That's a big problem.
Would it be the
and
same?
That's the only thing that you mentioned.
But would it be the same if it's the same race?
But I would also be like, okay, is there not more about the person you're with then?
But you wouldn't call it a fetish, though. You just say, why are you only sticking on the surface? Why are you only talking about that stuff? Or
I guess it moves from fetishization to then, I guess, how black women are over-sexualized and the way they're viewed and stuff like that by our own and stuff. But I don't know if I would call it I don't know if you can call it within the same race you're fetishizing. I've heard some black men say that we've fetishized black men, and I think that sounds so dumb to me. That sounds so dumb. I'm sorry, I don't know how, but okay. But they never see it when a white woman does it. It's mad. But okay.
Who else is there? I'm sure I heard some of his voice.
Good morning, Badu.
Good morning, everyone.
Big up, Badu. Long time, man. How are you?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we
You can hear you now.
I just wanted to add to her point. I agree with her, but I think part of the reason why people feel some type of way about this is because, like, black people, we're seen as less in every capacity except, like, when it comes to, like, dating and stuff like that, people fetishize us, but, like, in every other aspect, we're seen as less. You get what I mean? So, like, when people choose us, when it comes to, like, dating and stuff like that, it's like, bro, why is this the only thing that you guys put us first on? You get what I mean? Yeah, so I definitely agree with her. It's a fetish thing.
Okay,
100%. 100%.
So, is there any way where it can't be though? Because why does it have to be that somebody sees somebody? Like, okay, put it this way. Let's just say there's one of the most beautiful black women in the world right now. I don't know who, but let's just say of all time, you've got somebody like Naomi Campbell, and you've got somebody who says, okay, cool, someone with a different race saying she's beautiful and is attracted to her, moves to her, whatever. They start a family, whatever it is, they have a relationship. why is it that we see that as a fetish? Why can't he see what the whole world sees, that she's the most beautiful woman alive? Do you get what I'm saying? Why does it have to be a fetish because it's coming through somebody else's eyes automatically? And
but
go.
Bro, my issue is that I hear what you're saying, but those are the people that would always say stick to your race, innit? Yeah. So why wouldn't you go for like the second most beautiful woman in the world? Why wouldn't you go for like the average woman or the flipping cash teller at your supermarket or something? She's still a black woman. You know what I mean? Why do you have to go to the top? It's it's only a certain level of it's only a certain level of black woman that they want. You get me? They want the best.
Isn't that the same for you, for everybody else?
No, I want the best, but
everybody wants the best.
I wouldn't go for the best white girl. I'll go for the best black woman. You get me?
Yeah, 100%. You know what I'm saying? That's because obviously you only prefer within your race, isn't it? But somebody who doesn't.
No, I don't mind.
Oh, okay, cool. But
wait, what?
He doesn't mind.
I don't mind.
but what I'm trying to say is, like, regardless, yeah. Like you said, you would want to go for the best black woman, but wouldn't you want to go for the best white woman too?
Nah.
No.
It causes problems, man.
Wait. So you want permission to... wait.
Nah, not from them. Like just from their families and stuff like that. Innit? Like, there's always bound to be one uncle that doesn't. You get me? Like just because of that, I wouldn't.
So if it was, so if you did end up going like with a white woman or Asian woman or something, you'd just want an average white or Asian woman.
Nah, bro. All of the non-black girls I've been with are like 10-10.
But that's what I'm saying to you. So you're going for the best. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying, still. I can see that. Have a nice day.
You too, brother. Man. Hey, I love these guys.
Yeah,
man. All right. I mean, maybe this is a topic for another day, so we can delve into it a bit more. Because it would be, I know we've kind of touched on this a few times over the years, but like, it would be interesting to see what really makes someone say this is a fetish and what makes somebody say, no, this is not a fetish. It would be good to know what that line is because, you know what I mean? You know.
Obviously, I'm biased.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you. Let me not say what I was going to say. Let me refrain. I already have a preemptive already because I just feel like personally that's just their nature. So I'll just leave it there.
All right.
Thank you very much, Christy.
Yes, thank you.
Right.
There's a couple clips I wanted to. Firstly, but remember today, big up Heather as well for alerting me of this. You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
Today is the day, man, that the great Michael Jackson passed away, man. You know what I'm saying? 2009. It's been a long time, Brent. 16 years, man. So I just wanted to big him up, of course. You know what I'm saying? Black platform, black man. Big up the legendary, the greatest of all time, Michael Jackson. And Brent, there's a second clip I want you to play of DL Hugley. This guy was annoyed. I'll be honest with you, as Brent's loading it up, I didn't watch the whole thing. So this is new to me, to you guys as well. But I just thought it was funny because of how annoyed he was. And I've noticed that over the years, he's especially, and I understand why though, especially passionate about his dislike and his criticism of the right in America, i.e. the Trumps, the Republicans. He was an avid Kamala Harris supporter. And yeah, man, he had a back and forth, I believe, with a TMZ representative, called him a coward and all sorts, man. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what their situation was, man.
I have no idea.
Yes, you do, you coward. Name me one person, one competent person on this cabinet that can help. One. Same time.
Dio, is there anything that Donald Trump could do that you would give him credit for?
Yes, he could have went to jail for starting a riot.
Okay,
Yes,
there's
the weekend went to jail.
there's the answer. The things that you are saying, with all due respect, they are absolute nonsense. He torpedoed a deal with Iran because he doesn't like Barack Obama. Do you listen to this? Do you hear what you're saying?
He destroyed. Oh, stop it! Stop it! The man, he wouldn't do that. The man who's renaming federal.
Wait, give me the proof. Give me the proof. Let's talk in facts. Let's talk in facts. Let's talk in facts.
Why did he torpedo the deal? Why was
because
the deal
it's a
torpedoed?
crap deal. It's a crap deal.
What was crap about it, Mike?
that.
No.
Barack Obama has said
there's not. So a better deal is the one he's doing now.
yes.
Stop.
They
apologize.
negotiated for 60 days. He said take a deal. They didn't take the deal. Now it seems like we are on the verge of peace. Except the only difference is now their nuclear program
There
is
nothing
decimated.
this man,
Come on.
That man torpedoed that deal precisely because he didn't like Barack Obama. Half the stuff he
Every
does
president
is
we have
because he
had,
doesn't like-
DL, has said that they cannot
know
have
if-
nuclear weapons,
You're
including Barack
a
Obama.
mediocre coward who is a bull president, and all of you people enable him. That's all he does is break.
Okay,
You got
but
to be
I don't
honest.
know.
This
but-
hurts your side. It hurts your side, DL, because when something legitimately
I'm on
good
my
happens
side. I
for
don't
the
get- do you think
world,
you think I
can't
care what
admit
you
it.
think
You
of my
cannot
side?
admit it.
Do you think no, I despise him, but if he did
No
something right,
kidding,
I
you
would say
despise
it.
him.
I
We hear
despise
it.
him. I despise
I know
him.
you do. Everyone hears you.
I despise him as much as he despises black people. I despise him
Oh,
as much
more
as he despises
nonsense.
us.
It's more nonsense.
I don't. By the way,
Let
Mike.
me ask you something. Why rename bases after Confederate generals? Why do it? Why destroy Black history? Why
Good
do
question.
it?
Good question, Mike.
Why do it? You know why? Because he's
Well,
a
let him
fucking
answer,
racist,
DL.
and
Let
you
him
let
answer.
him do it.
If you're going to ask
tell
him,
me.
you have to let him answer.
Why does he do it?
Give me the question once more, Dylan. I'm sorry.
Why does he rename
I
bases after
have
Confederate
no
generals?
I have
Yes,
no
you do.
idea.
Yes, you do, you coward. He's a racist. That's why he does it.
Look,
All
Dale,
right.
let me tell you, it is such a sign of weakness that you cannot control your emotions.
I tell
You
what,
are
I don't
out
gotta
here.
control my
You
emotions.
are
I don't gotta control
attacking
my
me
emotions.
personally.
Okay,
It's
we're
a
now-
sign of
Hey,
it's a sign
guys,
of weakness,
guys,
DL.
we're in
And
overtime.
somebody
We-
your
we
age,
are-
DL, somebody your
Okay,
age
all
should
right.
have more
Babcock,
control over their
is
emotions.
letting a man-
Everybody
That
fall
is
back.
disgusting
We got
what
to
you
Mike's
said
down.
to me.
Got to stop for a
And if
second.
you want to
Mike's
see me,
down. Mike's
I'll show you how
down.
weak I am.
Mike's
I'll
down.
show you how weak I am.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
All right.
We're going to do this civilly.
I have
Yes,
no
you do.
idea.
Yes, you do.
All right. Well, first time seeing it, man. It doesn't seem good, Brent.
That wasn't those thoughts that DL Hugley shared about Trump canceling the deal that Obama made because he didn't like Obama. Not that it wasn't a good deal. That I've heard that before from astute commentators, political commentators. So it's not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah.
So if I didn't hear from other people, I think it was The Rest Is Politics.
Okay.
Rory and
Alistair.
Yeah. And Rory was the one who basically
Said that same
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So I don't think it's just because he hates Trump 24/7. It could be in addition to that's why he's seen it with such vim. But he isn't the only person who holds that particular opinion.
Fair enough. It didn't need to be like that, the conversation, did it?
No, I think Hugley thinks that the other one is a Trump fanatic, and obviously that guy thinks that Hugley is an anti-Trump. I think they call it something Trump during syndrome, something like that. They coined it.
Wow.
Yeah. So anything that Trump does, good or bad,
Yeah.
he will never get credit for it because they're like they really, really, really hate Trump.
That's a lot of people, though. A lot of people.
Yeah.
100%. Well,
Right,
all right,
so-
I just wanted to bring that to the people. Last thing I wanted to mention before we move on to the rest of the show. There's a link there, in fact, I'll let you play it, Brent. Lord Jamar.
He's back on thing, isn't he?
He's back, Brent.
Yeah, he's back on the Vlad. He's back on the Vlad.
I didn't even want to talk about it. But
Is it the money?
I don't know, Brent.
Because
I think
he was there moving like he was standing on
Yeah.
principal grounds, but
Yeah.
Here we are.
And he was talking about Mr. Godfrey there.
Yeah, he was.
Saying you're gonna see it,
Yes.
see it in a minute, but
Okay.
it's bad.
Is going to go back to Vlad.
Godfrey is going to be a good boy for Vlad. Yeah, he is. I know he is.
He's definitely going back to Vlad.
And he is right there, sitting there, taking photos with Vlad.
I'm
He
gonna tell you something.
damn near have the same shorts on.
Lord Jamar. It's been 5 years. Yeah, it's been a minute.
I feel sorry
Yeah, he
for him
probably
though,
got a
because
bag.
there was
Yeah,
no
you gotta
bag.
sell something.
But the hell no.
Like
Yo.
a soul.
Yeah, you gotta sell. Yeah.
Like, how much does a soul cost? But the fact that he said Godfrey is going to go back.
It's a shame. It's a shame because of how he was talking about Godfrey. And I don't like that both of them were beefing it or are still beefing in it. And you know why they're beefing in it?
Because DJ Vlad said something about your...
No, I'm talking about why Godfrey and
Oh, you mean
Jamar-
the flat earth?
That's it. Because of that, since then. For those who don't know what we're talking about, I think we played the clip, I
Yeah,
believe,
we did.
on the show, but essentially, Lord Jamar's a flat earther, even though he's a 5%. 5%, that wouldn't have made sense to people. But basically, in the 5%, you basically subscribe to the lessons, the supreme wisdom that comes from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah.
And in that, it's evident that the world is not flat,
Yeah.
right? So it kind of seems like a contradiction anyway. But he's on that bandwagon right now. He believes in that for some reason.
Yeah.
And Godfrey and the rest of the guys on his show basically invited him on because he was saying, listen, I would debate anybody. The world is flat, or the earth is flat, I should say, pardon me. And I think one of the guys there, the big guy, I don't know his name, pardon me, he said, you know what, I'm going to try and get Neil deGrasse Tyson. But I couldn't get him, so I'm going to get the next best thing, I guess. It's Professor Dave. And Professor Dave's got like millions of subscribers on YouTube and whatnot. And he was somewhat hesitant because he was thinking, I don't want this to look like a setup. He's a white man, and this can look bad. You know what I'm saying, in terms of the optics of it. But Lord Jamar said, cool, I'm fine with it. I will debate anybody. I'm confident about the world, or the earth, pardon me, being flat. They go on the show, and long story short, it doesn't go well for Lord Jamar. You're going up against a scientist. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows his stuff. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I'll be honest with you, though. I didn't like the way Professor Dave was talking to Lord Jamar because he was being insulting. And I think that's what got Lord Jamar's back up. Also compounded by the fact he didn't know what he was talking about. Right?
When you say you don't like how Professor Dave was talking to him, how do you mean? How was he talking to him?
If I remember correctly, I think he was the first one to throw an insult.
So, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't like that. Why?
All right, cool. He strikes me as the type to do that with anybody.
Yeah, but
that
they don't know
claims
me,
that they're a flat earther. Cool.
Yeah.
Again, cool.
Yeah.
Do you like the way that what's that guy's name? The astrophysicist. Isn't that astrophysicist?
No, Russ?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you like how he talks to people?
I've not seen him talk to people with condescending banner.
Oh, he does it all the time, especially if it is that he
I
thinks
don't.
that they're stupid.
What, is in face to face, or
Yeah.
when he's doing commentary about a particular thing? Because I think that's different.
To be honest, I haven't seen him face to face.
Okay.
So I can't.
I think that's different because I think when you're talking to someone face to face, there's a certain level of respect you should give the person.
No, but I haven't seen Lord Jamar and Professor Dave face to face.
But you know what I mean? They were face to face on the stream, innit?
But I've seen Neil deGrasse face to face.
That's what I'm saying. So, and he did the same thing.
You know, if you're calling that face to face, I thought
Yeah,
you'd
that's what I
actually
mean.
be a pooper.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Okay. I've not seen.
Yeah,
him.
once it is that he's like or thinks that you're stupid, he will start being condescending. But the same with a lot of those intellectuals.
I guess so. That is
Weinstein
true.
included.
Maybe it's because I like Lord Jamar, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of respect for him,
Yeah.
brand Nubian, and who he is and stuff, innit? So I just didn't like that. And obviously he got Lord Jamar's back up. It just went horribly bad for Lord Jamar, innit? And he basically made Godfrey take down the stream, lock off the show, not even upload it, or take down the actual video and whatnot. And then he started talking bad about Godfrey on his own channel, which I didn't like Lord Jamar was doing.
Yeah.
And he even accused the big guy, again, I can't remember his name, pardon me, of spiking his drink or something.
Yeah.
Or, something.
Yeah. Because
So-
he used to be a pimp, innit?
Yeah, he kept calling
Drug
him a
dealing
pimp and all that sort of stuff, yeah. He said he was drugged and things like that nature. So it just went downhill from there. Long story short, whilst that back and forth was happening, remember we reported on the show that Vlad went onto Willie Lee's platform and basically apologized for what he did to the Honourable Minister Louis Farrakhan. spoke about in the show. And basically, for those who don't know, he basically put out to the world that the minister was basically saying derogatory things about Jews and basically inciting violence against Jews. All of this was a complete lie. Complete lie, right? And when Lord Jamar and Godfrey and other people in the black community, Royce the 5'9", and a plethora of people, what's the name? What's his name? From New York. He's like activist now, but he's a rapper as well. I can't remember his name. Pardon me. Anyway, quite a few people came out and basically said, no, we need to take a stand against what Vlad did. So basically, they were upset about this, as they should be. I was too, you know what I'm saying? I think during that time I got blocked by Vlad as well, innit? But anyway, that's a side note. And basically, he basically refused to apologize. Just be a normal person, say you got it wrong. All he did was remove the tweet. It's like, no, that's not good enough, man. You know what the minister means to black people, especially in America. Black people worldwide, but especially in America. And these are the people that you eat off of. You know what I'm saying? Just humble yourself and apologize. He said, no, I'm not going to apologize unless I get a sit down with the minister. Like, what? Who the hell are you? Regular Joe. You want to sit down with the minister? Anyway, he said, cool. We're not messing with you, Vlad. We have to step back from the platform. Also, we're not boys. So whilst this is happening, so this happened 5 years ago. Whilst this is happening, with the back and forth and Godfrey and Lord Jamar no longer seen eye to eye and whatnot, Vlad has, like I said, gone to Willie D and apologized. During this period of time, Lord Jamar was one of the first people to come out and say, that apology is weak. We're not accepting that apology. Or rather, I'm not in any position to say anything. It's down to how the minister accepts it or not. The minister ain't listening to no Vlad, so we ain't going to hear from the minister about this stupid apology, right? Who the hell is this guy? But on top of that, he, as you saw in that clip, starts talking disparagingly about Godfrey, saying Godfrey will be a good boy and run back to Vlad because he wants to be on that platform. Lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, we see Lord Jamar back on Vlad TV, man. And it was bad. And as you guys know, I don't watch no Vlad TV. I watched it the other day because of, what's that group? Day 27? Day 26?
Day 26.
I watched it because of that, because somebody in the group on the Discord said, watch this. I think it was you, Ben. Was it you?
Yes.
Yeah. Just to see how the whole Diddy thing affected. So I thought, okay, cool, I'm going to do that. And then I made another exception to see what Lord Jamar was going to say for himself. And I'll be real with you guys, man. I really like Lord Jamar because, again, the history, brand Nubian, he's a 5%, all that sort of stuff. But his excuse was, his dog died. His dog died. And basically, when he used to come on Vlad TV, he used to take his dog, which was like a puppy, innit? And when his dog died, he started just thinking about life and he thought, oh, you know what? Like, he just remembered the times with his dog. And one of those times with his dog was actually going on Vlad's show. So he thought, you know what, let me reach out to Vlad. And that's basically how they started to mend their rift and him appearing on the show. And that's it, man. So that's why he's on the show. And Godfrey still says, no, I'm not going back on the show because of principle. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you've apologized 5 years later, but it speaks to who you are as a person to me. And so we can be cool. I'm not against talking to you, but I'm never going back on your show again. That's what Godfrey said. Because during that time also, funny enough, they both bumped into each other, shook hands, we'll talk. Godfrey never got back to him. He tried texting Godfrey. They never got back to him. But Lord Jamar obviously reached out. And Vlad, you know how he is. He made it clear on the show in multiple places. He wanted it to be clear that Lord Jamar reached out to him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was just bad, man. It's just bad. But anyway, he's back in the show, man. And yeah, he's gonna be getting paid now. So yeah, it is what it is.
His dog died.
Yeah. He had a puppy that when he first got into Vlad, he was just holding his puppy in it whilst he was interviewing. So I guess when the dog died, he was thinking about the connection with Vlad because he had the dog on the show in it. And he thought, you know, let me just reach out to this guy to see what's going on. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's it, man. I guess he was close with his dog.
Yeah, I mean, I can never understand the closeness, the intimacy that, you know, human beings have with their animals. But I hear it's intense. It's soul binding. 5% isn't that, you get me?
I mean, human beings like dogs and stuff, innit? Not me. I've never been a dog lover like that, but I hear it. Man. But it just does. It's just not good optics, man.
Who knew all it took was his dog to pass?
You know what I mean?
Pee on the honourable.
Well, to be fair to Lodgeman, I don't think he would have made any sort of attempt to heal the rift.
You don't know. His dog hadn't died yet. You can't say that. You can't say that, sir.
Nah, man, I don't think so.
You see, look,
that would have been horrible.
You're still holding on to what it is that you remembered he was.
Nah, you can't do that. That's impossible, Brent. That's impossible. Because the dog died, you forget what he said about the minister.
But he has forgotten.
No, but at least in his head he can justify it because there's an apology. Do you know what I'm saying?
But it wasn't enough before his dog died.
That is true.
Understanding?
Nah, that is true. You're right. But
so that was the variable. That was the thing that made all the difference. The dog dying. It wasn't an apology.
That's a damn shame.
Oh man,
it's a damn shame. But yes, anyway, just wanted to bring that to you guys. Let's get into the headlines.
All right, run through all of them, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please, Brent. All right, people.
Actually, I don't have any. I do.
All right, people. The UK's national security strategy warns the country must actively prepare for a potential wartime scenario at home. The review identifies Russia and Iran as key threats, citing cyber attacks and hostile activity on British soil. Adversaries are reportedly positioning themselves to disrupt UK energy and supply chains. The government plans to run annual national preparedness exercises and improve protection from critical infrastructure, example, power stations and water supplies, under a home defence strategy. The strategy acknowledges that not all hostile actions can be prevented, but aims to make the UK a harder target. Sky News, they've got a podcast called the War Game Podcast, explores the simulated Russian attack on the UK, highlighting modern vulnerabilities compared to the Cold War era readiness. Next headline, and a record 26% of people in the UK now say that they struggle to make ends meet, up from 16% before the pandemic. That's crazy. Only 1/3 of respondents report living comfortably, with 2/3 saying their income hasn't kept pace with inflation. Frozen tax thresholds are impacting perceptions. 61% say taxes on low earners are too high, while 44% say the same for middle earners. Both figures have risen significantly since 2016. 44% believe high earners pay too little tax. Support for increased spending on disability benefits has dropped to 45%, down from 67% in 2017, though just 11% think benefits should be cut. Public opinion is divided on access to disability benefits. 29% say it's too easy and 29% say it's too difficult. Satisfaction with the NHS has also dropped to a record low of 21%, with 59% now dissatisfied, up from 25% in 2019. The British Social Attitudes Report, based on over 4,000 people, is the UK's longest-running measure of public opinion. Despite economic concerns, the public still looks to the government for solutions. 40% of people support increased defence spending, while 20% want it to be reduced. The UK government plans to buy at least 12 new F-35 stealth jets capable of carrying US nuclear weapons. Support for defence spending has risen significantly since the 1990s, though it has held steady since 2016. And the last bit of information around that, I would say, is that 90% of respondents see Russia as a serious threat to world peace, 90%, followed by Iran at 78%, North Korea at 77%, Israel at 73%, and China at 69%. Next headline, and Mali and Russia has signed new agreements to expand trade and economic cooperation, including a focus on nuclear energy. The deal was announced during a visit by Mali's junta leader, Colonel Assimi Goïta. Goïta has deepened ties with Russia since taking over in 2021, while distancing Mali from France, which is a trend mirrored by Burkina Faso and Niger. Big up Burkina Faso and Niger too. Putin noted trade between the two countries is currently modest but growing, with potential cooperation in geology, energy, logistics, and humanitarian aid. Plans for a Russian-built nuclear power plant in Mali are under discussion as part of a long-term energy strategy. And Goïta emphasized mutual trust, sovereignty, and a desire to broaden cooperation across many sectors. Military cooperation remains central to the partnership. Russian forces have supported Mali since the withdrawal of French and UN troops. While the Wagner Group has withdrawn, Russia's Africa Corps continues operations in the country. Mali's military justified its coup by citing security concerns, though violence has since worsened. Next headline, and over 40 people, including children and medics, were killed in an attack on Al-Mujald hospital in Sudan's West Kordofan state. The hospital was the only operational medical facility in the area and had a dialysis unit focused on civilian care. The RSF is the Rapid Support Forces and civil society groups blame the Sudanese army for the strike, and the army has not responded to those claims, right? According to the Sudan Doctors Network, the attack may have been aimed at RSF fighters allegedly inside the hospital. Since April of 2023, Sudan's civil war has become what the UN calls the world's worst humanitarian crisis, with both sides accused of war crimes. Thousands of civilians have been killed, millions displaced, and medical workers and facilities targeted across the country. UNICEF warns of a deepening crisis for children, particularly those in refugee camps in Chad, where funding shortfalls are crippling aid efforts. Many children are malnourished, not attending school, and face risks of exploitation and disease. Next headline, and an early US Defense Intelligence Agency, the DIA, their assessment concludes that the recent US strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities likely only set back the program by a few months. The core of Iran's nuclear infrastructure, including centrifuges and enriched uranium stockpiles, were not destroyed. Enriched uranium was reportedly moved before the strikes, and most underground structures remain intact. President Trump claimed that the strikes obliterated Iran's nuclear capabilities, and the White House rejected the DIA's findings, calling the leaked report false and politically motivated. The three sites targeted, Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan, suffered major damage above ground, but their most fortified components remained functional. Israeli officials also assessed the damage that was less than expected at Fordow, though they maintain that the strike set Iran's program back by up to 2 years. Independent experts warn that Iran could quickly reconstitute its program under undamaged or secret underground facilities. Next headline, and Malala Yousafzai, globally recognized activist and Nobel laureate, is expanding her advocacy into women's sports through a new initiative called Recess. Recess aims to enhance the rights and opportunities of women and girls in sport, both professionally and also at the grassroots level. Malala's passion for sports dates back to children in Pakistan, where she noticed gender disparities between school recess when boys played cricket while girls stayed behind. She had been a visible fan at major sporting events around the world, attending competitions across cricket, soccer, basketball, netball, and more. Recess is supported by prominent advisors, including Billie Jean King and Ilana Kloss, who view women's sports as both a business opportunity and also a vehicle for promoting gender equity. Malala also, by the way, is exploring investment in established leagues like the WNBA, the NWSL, to test the financial and social impact of supporting women's sports. Her strategy includes treating women's sports as a serious business sector to attract more capital and also to build sustainable growth. Next headline, and trigger warning this, people. Trigger warning, and this is about a killing. Film director Jennifer Abbott Doward, also known as Sarah Steinberg, was found dead in her Camden home on June 13th. She had been stabbed 8 times in the neck and was found with black tape on her mouth, partially covered by a blanket. A post-mortem confirmed that the cause of death was a sharp force trauma to the neck. Doward's Rolex watch, which she usually wore alongside a Cartier bracelet, was missing when her body was discovered. Her body was found by her niece and neighbors who forced entry after she hadn't been seen or heard for several days. The last sighting of her alive was on the 10th of June after walking her pet. And her sister Nancy Pexton, who is 9 months younger, has been charged with murder. Pexton appeared via video link from HMP Bronzefield during the hearing at the Old Bailey, confirming her identity but not entering a plea. She has been remanded in custody and is scheduled for a plea hearing on the 9th of September. A provisional date for the murder trial has been set for April 7th next year. Sad, man.
Very sad.
Sad. And our last headline, Sadiq Khan strongly criticised Prime Minister Keir Starmer's proposed benefit cuts. Remember we spoke about this yesterday, warning that they will destroy the financial safety net for many disabled Londoners. The London Mayor supported efforts to help people move from benefits into work, but condemned removing crucial support for vulnerable residents. City Hall analysts shows that Londoners would lose £820 million in total, with 360,000 mostly poor and disabled individuals facing income reductions. The proposed reforms to personal independence payment, PIP, and universal credit could see up to 46% of current PIP claimants lose £3,800 to £5,700 per year. Starmer faces a major Labour rebellion, with currently over 100 MPs threatening to oppose the changes in the Commons. Despite backlash, Starmer defends the reform, citing a moral case for encouraging work over dependency. In a dramatist twist, the Tory leader, Kemi Badenoch, offered to support Starmer's welfare bill if he meets 3 Conservative-aligned conditions, risking further outrage amongst Labour MPs. I can't remember her conditions, but she was saying, don't mess with the tax, keep the thresholds as it is so that you encourage people to get back into work. I can't remember the third one. But she said, if Labour couldn't agree to that, then we will support, and obviously this will get pushed through. If not, I believe they only need 80-ish people from Labour to basically have this messed up. And right now there's over 100. So it's not looking good for him. Obviously, yesterday we spoke about how Starmer denied that this is actually a vote of confidence. You know what I'm saying? But it is still something that he has to be mindful of. But that's it for the headlines. Let's get into our topic of the day.
Since.
How come?
True.
Oh, this guy. All right, people. So today's topic of the day, it's not going to be that long, to be fair, because I feel like we kind of touched on it in a couple places. One of the headlines I didn't read. I didn't read for this purpose because I'm about to read it now. But it all centers around this clip that Brent showed me yesterday. Because we were together when I think this thing first surfaced. And I want you guys to see it, man. So Brent's going to load it up for you.
We basically have 2 countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that? Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. We basically have 2 countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Well, Ghana greatness, yes. That clip was real. That clip was very real. It was all over the news yesterday. Every news channel was talking about this. Trump is a different guy, Brent.
You say he's a different guy? How do you mean?
He's a different guy. He's different to every other president.
All right.
And I think this is why, I know people don't like him, but this is the reason why those who at least are not afraid to give him props. Give him props because sometimes you don't stand for the nonsense. Yes, both parties, I've said this many times on the show, in my humble estimation anyway, would have supported Israel's thingy. But the man also wants something for himself. And what he wants for himself is to be known as the guy who did not start wars. Ends wars, puts in ceasefires, Nobel Peace Prize guy. He wants that to be, he wants to be known as that, you know what I'm saying? And he saw what Israel did yesterday as something that could potentially harm that.
The cognitive dissonance for me is interesting because obviously right now everybody's talking about him standing up to Israel. In this latest thing, you do realize that Israel is still committing a mass genocide in Gaza.
Of course, 100%.
And how come you are not saying, why doesn't he come and shout out expletives in direct disagreement with what Bibi is doing in Gaza?
Because that is...
Have you forgotten about that?
Absolutely not. The reason why is because of what I just said about how both parties still align and support Israel's agenda in Israel, in Gaza. That's the difference. This is about the war, a potential war in Iran. He doesn't want to commit no US soldiers to this.
He's fine with the complete eradication of the Gazan people.
Yeah.
Palestinian people, completely fine, right?
America
now,
is.
the possible a war with Iran, which will involve the loss of American lives, he's like, no.
He don't want that. No. 100%.
I can't give him like
it's
celebratory praise
it's not necessarily
for
about
being so different than the rest of the other leaders because he came out and said the F word.
It's not necessarily about giving him praise for that. It's more so just saying he's still, as much as Israel control things, he's still a person who wants to exercise some sort of power in it. Because I don't believe that other presidents would have been this overt with their disgust of what Israel is doing. That's the difference. And also, remember, America don't necessarily care about the Palestinian plight. They don't care about that. They care about Israel because Israel is in positions of power. They can control things. There are people in the black suits behind these guys who are in office that tell them what to do. We know this already. This is the reason why the CIA get rid of people. But that's another topic, right? But that's the reason why any president's going to be for that. But he's against Americans losing lives. I'm not getting into a war, BB, because of this nonsense, you know. I'm against that. That's what he's basically saying. I'm going to destroy the nuclear thing. Cool, because to me, as in Trump, this is a threat to the world. So Iran can't have no nuclear weapons. Fine. Got rid of. Cool. Back to regular scheduled programming.
Wait a minute. You're missing a big chunk. Just before back to regular scheduled programming, right? You know, he was there saying that, hey, I know that y'all see this as Groundhog Day, right? With the whole regime change. And I know my people are there saying it's not regime change. But hey, let me just go on Truth Social and type, hey, if they continue moving mad, it's going to be a regime change. Do you understand? And then the entire world basically came down on him. His entire base came down on him. And the next morning, what is he going to do? They know what they're doing. Do you understand? He course-corrected Emmanuel.
Yeah, that's fine. We're all human beings.
It's fine.
We're all human beings.
It's fine.
But I think that's a good thing.
Well,
that people voted
he's
you
playing
in.
with fire because this isn't finished.
Okay.
This isn't finished. He is now, after Bibi Netanyahu was... he's going to basically say he's a bloody idiot. He's a mukmuk. Do you understand?
Wait, who said who what?
Trump has now said he's a mukmuk.
Yeah, 100%.
You understand? Like
Yeah.
he's a dwaddling twat.
Yep.
Right? He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yep.
You think that Bibi's finished?
No.
You think that Bibi isn't now looking to put pressure on? Because I've come out in front of my entire nation, in front of the world, to say Trump is the best. I've put up banners in my country saying, thank you very much, Trump. Right? I've said that Trump is the guy. Only for you to come and call me a mukmuk? All right, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch it. If you think you are in control, hold up. Hold up. That's my
Hi, guys.
Oh, good morning. Who's that?
Good morning. It's Buddy Love.
Good morning, buddy.
Is it Buddy
Thank
Love?
you, Brent.
Big up Buddy Love. Where's
Sorry.
Buddy Love?
So we're still in Pride Month. Good morning, buddy love.
Good morning, guys. Do you know what? What I have to say, it's a bit different for what you lot are saying, because I think you lot are proper into the politics thing. I'm getting into the politics thing from watching you guys. You know what I mean?
Big up you.
But I don't get it. But what I've seen right now, Brent, obviously you're not on it, but I rated Trump for swearing on the internet because it's like, yo, he's sick and tired of this. Like, that was a big move for him. You know what I mean? Sky News said, oh, sorry for the bad language that the president of the United States said. That's crazy. But what's going on over there is obviously Iran, Israel, they're doing their thing, but America had to chime in because they're backing Israel. What I'm kind of scared of is Britain getting involved as well. Like, when are we gonna hear Keir Starmer talking or telling us that, oh yeah, we're there as well. We're about to send bombs over into Iran. Do you know what I mean?
Would you like to hear Keir Starmer swearing?
It wouldn't be as impactful because Keir Starmer's a little bitch. You know what I mean? Like when Trump said it, I seen his frustration because Trump is that guy. Like, really, he shouldn't be in the position that he's in because of his whole, you know what I mean? But he got there, kudos to him. And this is his personality coming out for the world to see. And that's why I rated him swearing. And what I rated even more is he swore on live television and just walked away. What the heck?
The thing is, we early on in this show we saw DL Hugley, right? Mm-hmm. And somebody in the chat said that this shows that he can't keep control of his emotions, right? But Trump doing it, it's a sign of strength. You know, that's so interesting.
I guess it is a sign of strength, but not at the same time because I'm saying, I'm not really into this whole politics thing, and obviously I've seen what's going on in Israel, Iran. I heard there was meant to be a ceasefire, and then that's why there was meant to be a ceasefire, and then Iran, just before the ceasefire, bombed some of America's, what's it called? I don't know what they called them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Trump went crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so so this whole thing is mad. To be honest, I know I'm taking it.
No. When Trump introduced the ceasefire, apparently Israel claimed that Iran then bombed them, Israel, and Iran said no, they didn't. And Israel was about to basically respond, and then Trump was like, "Don't do it, don't do it." That was a sequence of events. How's the timeline?
Yeah, because they did it just before the ceasefire, innit? Iran did it just before the ceasefire.
So what I'm saying is
the bomb.
Again, they claimed that they didn't do anything.
No, they did 100%.
When I'm saying I'm taking it west is the point that from a couple of years ago when Russia invaded Ukraine. I was always on the point of, hey, Putin, press the button, bro.
Right.
Do it, bro. Do you know what I mean? But now it's looking like it's not going to be Putin that's pressing the button. It's looking like Iran's going to be the person that's pushing the button.
So you like a powerful man?
Hold on. You're moving crazy. Like
No. Sorry.
You do this all the time, Brent.
To be honest, that question sounded a bit weird. I don't know why I said that.
Very weird.
Right. So basically, you wanted Putin to press the red button, right?
Yeah, and just show everyone, like, bro, I'm on smoke, bro. Like, don't try to test me, bro.
Suppose.
You hear what I'm saying?
So, because with Putin, you know he's against the West, right?
Yeah.
He's not a fan of the West. He's not a fan of the US. He's not a fan of the UK. So when you say press the red button, you're starting by saying Ukraine, but remember Ukraine had backers, and the UK is involved in that. So when you're wanting Putin to act like a bad man and press that button, that would include your prime minister, your country.
Brother, what I'm on is fuck it. The world needs a reset. Everyone just cults. That's what I'm on. I'll be honest with you. Because all of this, because it's looking like Cold War type of stuff again. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's threatening, right? No, just do it. Who's going to do it? I want to see who's going to be the first person to do it.
Wow.
It's looking like Iran is not trying to get bullied.
No, but Iran doesn't really want it though.
They don't want it, but
which is a good thing.
Going on like, listen, you're not going to bully me.
Yeah, and that's right.
You hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm saying again, I don't know all this politics stuff. But from what I'm seeing, Iran's like, yo, fuck out you, man.
Yeah. I mean, this goes back to what I was saying. I don't want America to be involved in this, like in terms of putting bodies down, because it will go into something horrible. It will do.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? But it's a horrible situation, man. It's a horrible situation.
Yeah, but once America gets too involved in it, and then Britain's gonna get too involved in it, that's what I'm saying. It's long. But guess what? Listen, I'm not from here, man. I'm not born in this country. Yo, listen, they can take my passport if they want, bro. I'll go back to my mother country, bro. You know what I mean?
Were we born? Jamaica?
What, do I sound like that?
No. Just deductive.
I get told a lot. People think I'm from Jamaica, but I'm from Zimbabwe, bro.
What?
Okay.
Serious?
Yeah, so I know.
All right.
Big up
Hey, you got those
Zimbabwe.
right?
Come on. Good morning, Badu. You got any thoughts?
Good morning again. But I think, like, I agree with E-Man again, yeah, because I do think that Trump is upset because they kind of ruined, like, the image repairing thing that he was trying to do. But at the same time, I think that I know that Trump's not an idiot, innit? Even though I don't agree with his politics and that, he's a smart man, bro. He knows that going to war with these lot is not gonna, I don't think it's gonna end well for them. Yeah, and as much as it's like an image thing for him, I think that he genuinely doesn't want to go to war with these lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think that's part of it too. I think I just need to add that perspective.
Is this Badu on the phone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. With me, yeah, I think what I've clocked is we're all doing all these think pieces like us. We're on this now. This is basically a news type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Sky News does it. All them news platform does it. Like, we're always talking about it. I'm just on this smoke. Everyone just collapse it. You know what I mean? And sorry, another thing. Ed, I just seen Ed talking about I'm a fan of Mugabe. Fuck Mugabe. But yeah, I'm just on this class thing because if it's gonna dead, it's dead. Like, why are we just talking about it? Because nothing's gonna change anything. Us talking about it, you know what I mean? The people that they have the power, but they just showing the dicks. It's like, who's got a bigger dick,
bro? Because during that competition, that dick showing competition, bro, we're gonna be collateral damage, bro. That's why we gotta speak about it.
Of course, and I'm ready for that. Yo, I'm collapsed.
Bro, you can go die, you know. You can go die if you want, bro.
Are you not hearing what I'm saying? Everything collapse, even me collapse.
Say now, bro.
You know what I mean?
Might as well go jump off Big Ben already.
I'm ready for that.
Oh man,
I'm ready for that. That's what it is, bro.
I hear what you're saying.
Because really and truly, us talking about this, yeah, bro, we have no type of control. We're just talking about it.
Yeah, but that's all we can do, isn't it?
That's
all
all
we're doing. All we can.
Pardon?
It's important to basically. It's important to discuss this because when it is you get to a certain age, you're allowed to vote for your representation in this country.
Of course.
So it's important to be well informed as to where you place your vote. Do you understand? So if the government that was in power weren't doing things that you liked, when it comes to vote, then you vote for the other party or another.
I'll be honest with you. I think I've only voted once in my life. When I turned the age of being able to vote, I voted. I've never voted since. I'm 25. And I've seen, like, even listening to you, like, I've seen all these type of governments doing fuckery. They're all on the same thing. It's fuckery. They don't have our best interests at heart. They can feed us all these lies, and then sometimes I'll give into it, and then you vote for a certain. Right? Fuck that. They're all idiots. Do you know what I mean?
Brother, so would you go to the front line though if you're on this Kalashnik?
Fuck that. Yo, I'm not from this country.
Yeah,
You don't hear me?
Can you imagine?
Okay then, bro. Bro, then pack your bags and go to Zimbabwe then, bro.
I'll be real with you, yeah. Yo, listen, I'll be so honest with you, yeah. My dad retires in September and he's going back to Zimbabwe. I've been telling him, I think I'm coming back with you, you know. Because
Go back though.
all of this nonsense, it's nonsense, man. Like, it's just bare nonsense. I appreciate all the opportunities that I got in the UK, yeah. But listen, I'd rather just live in the fucking, bush.
I hear that, man.
Because all of this is nonsense. And I've had enough of it.
I hear that, bro.
Taxes. You see what they're doing with taxes, bro?
Bro, you're rambling now.
I know. I'm gonna get off. Once you started talking, I was gonna get off, but say no more, man. Love, Brent, E-man.
Later.
Soon.
But yeah, I just wanted to add that perspective, man. Obviously, we got guys that are for the war, like my man, but I'm not. I'm for peace. Like I just want peace everywhere. Free Palestine. I think they need to stop doing that expeditiously. I think Trump needs to get on them the same way he's getting on to Israel about keeping peace with Iran. I just think that he doesn't see Gazans as a threat. He doesn't see Hamas as a threat, because if America was to get involved militarily, if that's even a word, they would wipe out Hamas. They would clear that place out easy. They see Iran as a threat, bro. That's why they're trying to do the, what's it called, the diplomatic thing. Like, let's do peace treaties and this and that, bro. They pick and choose their fights. What happened in 1992 in Somalia? They went in there, they thought that they were so big and bad, and they got kicked out in 24 hours. They ain't been back there. So yeah, man, I just know that these men are picking their battles, and I'm happy that they are, because I wouldn't want them to try show their ass to these Russians and these Chinese people, because we're all gonna be victims. So.
Yeah.
But have a nice day, man.
You too.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you,
Thank
Badu, and thank you,
Buddy
Buddy
Love.
Love.
There's just a couple clips that we need to play, and then we can move on, bro. Steve Bannon.
Bannon.
Steve Bannon, I think he's got his own podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he was talking about the situation, man. He's the former White House chief strategist. I believe the first tenure of Trump, senior advisor and that.
The Netanyahu government is out of control. You saw this point blank. President Trump bent over backwards, moved heaven and earth to get this thing sorted, called it the 12-day war. He couldn't have been clearer. It's the end of the 12-day war. When President Trump gets involved, when President Trump puts out these true socials saying things are ended, you should take it like a papal bull. We still have no visibility on what this special intelligence was and where it came from that drove the Thursday night, Friday morning attack. We need to find that out. We need to know who was the source of that, what did it mean, and what did they say about having a weapon that could be used like immediately or very quickly, so that you had to go immediately to draw President Trump into this, the United States into this. It's still very unclear, number one. Number two, we have to ask some pointed questions, particularly why did you have to come for us to take out the entire bomb-making nuclear apparatus, including the above ground that we had to hit with Tomahawk missiles? Why did you appear that you didn't do anything? Israel was getting pounded. Netanyahu basically bit off way more than he can chew, thinking that he could get us drawn into a major war, and it's not happening. I think it's now time to get the facts, and particularly the facts about Netanyahu's government, which is not supportive of President Trump. President Trump, when he has a conversation with a guy who's getting a couple of hours of sleep after bringing to a conclusion what he's calling the 12-day war, to get on a plane to go deal with the Ukraine and NATO, he's got to get up at 5 in the morning. I think he gets 2 or 3 hours of sleep. He tells you on the phone, I want this thing stood down. And he gets up and he sees that you lied to him. And in fact, you went even further of what he told you not to do. Now, that's not being an ally. Of course, you're not an ally. You're a protectorate. And protectorates are not supposed to act like that. We need to get to the bottom of this. You have the gall, particularly of what this guy...
There's a second clip as well that I want to play.
Particularly of what this guy did for you and the grief he's taken over here. You had the gall when he said, this is what I've done, and I need you to be a partner. I need you to stand down. First is why I can't stand. I can't stop at all, which is another lie of the many lies we've gotten from the Netanyahu government. A bald-faced lie. Well, then he says, okay, I need you to stand down. I can't have any scale. If you can't get some guys back, it's fine. Goes to bed, gets a couple hours sleep, wakes up, and you lied to him. That's why he's furious. That's as mad as I've ever seen the President of the United States. And think about it. How did you get his anger like that, given everything he's done for you and the pressure he's under and a couple hours sleep? Now he's got in a freaking plane and fly for, what, 6-8 hours? To sit down with this crowd at NATO, which you know he's just wildly enthusiastic about doing that. And plus putting himself going in the air at a time when you're in a shooting conflict in the world, putting his life at risk to do that. And this is what he gets. This is the thanks he gets. Don't sit there and don't glaze him. Netanyahu goes on Israeli TV and glazes him. Don't glaze him. Don't slobber all over him. It doesn't mean anything. You showed what you really thought of him last night. Oh, President Trump's the greatest. You showed exactly your appreciation last night. You showed exactly. And do I see any of the Baghdad Bob equivalents, the Tel Aviv Levins or any of this crowd today calling him out? They never call out Netanyahu, who got Israel into this. And for supporters of Israel, which is kind of on the ropes about this, it makes it very hard when your top guy's dealing from the bottom of the deck and is not straight. And in fact, not only not straight, he's a bald-faced liar. If you support Israel and you love Israel and you want to see Israel not just survive but thrive, you better be asking hard questions. You better be asking hard questions. You better be asking hard questions and demanding straight answers. You have the gall.
All right.
Are you subscribed to all these platforms that you collect these clips from?
No.
Where'd you get it from then? How do you...
I saw that clip played on somebody else's YouTube channel, so I thought, oh, I need to find it so I can play it here.
Oh.
Yeah, I never heard of that yeshiva thing. But when I saw that, I thought, damn.
No, I'm even talking about like this Bannon. Like,
nah. I didn't even know you had a podcast. Yeah, but this anyway, guys. I play that obviously just so you can see the sentiment of people, I guess, in America and whatnot, and somebody like Steve Bannon, who was intimately involved in Trump's campaign.
He was also involved in Boris's.
All right.
Yes.
There you go, guys.
Yeah, Mr. What was it? Populism.
Yeah, the populist
Mr.
guy.
Populism. He was the one who made it sexy again.
There you go. But this next clip, this is just wanted to say, you know, the Palestine Action thing, that I don't know why I said thing, but the organization, the group.
What Labour wants to now make it a terrorist.
Exactly. This is what some people on the other side are doing. So this is what some Israeli supporters, Zionist supporters, people who want Israel to succeed in what they're doing, are doing at some of these rallies, right? Because I wanted to show the other side of this. Because we seldom get to see this around, you know what I'm saying? So I thought, okay, let's play this. How these people purposely go to these rallies and antagonize those who are there to peacefully march and support the plight of the Palestinians. So
maybe we should put an Israel flag out and see how they react, just to prove that these people really can't tolerate a second opinion. So as we do, we get out a microphone and we start, and I record him as he does it, and he waves his Israel flag and says, you know, jihadists aren't welcome here. At that point, we're surrounded by 40 Palestine Action folk. We're constantly harassed. Somebody tries to steal our flag from us. We're assaulted at several points. About 2 minutes in, as I'm screaming for the police to, you know, intervene in this situation, they eventually circle around us and grab us into a bus where we're essentially detained because we're not allowed to leave. whilst we're on the bus, we're told that we were threatened with a public order offence. I said, how are you threatening us with a public order offence when we haven't been threatening in any such way?
This is a couple of individuals being disingenuous in what they're saying there. They chose to walk into the middle of the Palestine Action protest and then reveal the Israeli flags. If you were a Spurs fan and walked into the middle of a bunch of Arsenal fans on a heated local derby and then started waving Spurs flags, the police would hoik you out of there, wouldn't they, and say, don't be so damn stupid, you're going to start a fight. And they'd take them out of there for their own protection. It's no different to that whatsoever. It's not about two-tier policing.
He has the idea, well, maybe we should put an Israel flag.
That's all I wanted to do, man. Police got it right. That's all I wanted to say. And show how these silly individuals go about trying to further their own agenda by antagonizing people. You know what I'm saying? There's absolutely no reason why you need to do that. Wave your Israeli flag at your own function. You don't need to be going there and antagonize people. It's blood insensitive. And the last thing I wanted to show, quickly before we move on, is just to show some Jewish people who are anti the regime that's currently there, man, in Israel.
We show our solidarity with Iran, with the people of Iran. We are horrified, we are shocked at the disgusting raids overnight that happened to the Republic of Iran. We are Jews, we feel a special obligation to stand up, whether it's for Palestine, whether it's for Iran. Any aggression which comes from the Zionist Israel, we are against, we are protesting against it. We Jews, we stand for, Judaism stands for peace, for brotherhood, for justice. Opposite of Zionism stands for bloodshed, political everything, colonization, and etc., etc. We're going to carry on our demonstration. We stand shoulder to shoulder with the Iranian people, with the Iranian government, until this curse, this misfortune of Zionism comes to an end.
And why do you think Israel launched an attack on Iran now?
Well, obviously they have their own political reasons, and they think they want to be the only superpower in the region. What they are mistaken is they're making more and more enemies, and the downfall is going to more and more certain. The more they fight, the more they aggress against people, the downfall is going to be more and more certain. Whether it's now, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, it's going to happen. God Almighty is stronger than Trump, stronger than Netanyahu, and he's going to stand for the oppressed people of Palestine. He's going to bring justice and peace to the world. He's going to end this curse, this misfortune of Zionism, for sure. We are here to show our solidarity with Iran, with the people of Iran.
All right, people, just wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on in the world, man, and show, I guess, different sides of people's opinions on this conflict.
Hold up. Energy has just sent me something, and I've found out how to forward it to somewhere else that I can actually access it on here.
Beautiful.
And let me see if this works.
Hey, Iran, please don't bomb.
What is this? Hold up. Let me see, where's the Discord button? Let me take this off. There we go. Can you see the Discord thing in the top right here?
Hey, Iran, please don't bomb us. And by us, I mean the U.S. Was scrolling through my For You, then a headline shook me through. Googled how to stop a war, cause it feels wrong. Didn't know what to do, but Google had a clue. She said the answer was through song. Hey, Iran, please don't bomb us. And by us, I mean the U.S. Like I did a major in poli-sci, I majored in English. So I'm sorry if this is an insensitive message. Little candles at a prayer for all the conflict over there, hoping everyone remains strong. And if they need my help, I can provide my help. And my help is this gorgeous song. Hey, Iran, please don't bomb us. And by us, I mean the U.S. Like I did a major in poli-sci, I majored in English. So I'm sorry if this is an insensitive message. Hey, Iran, please don't bomb us. This is really scary. Like right. Everyone make sure to vote and stay safe and raise
I want to see it to the end because I want people to see what Energy has on his For You page.
read more. I'll vote right. I'll raise my voice. I'll hold the light. I'll call my reps. I'll try what's best. And even though I don't support a single action of the West, hey,
Nice. This is nearly halfway through. There's a lot more left now.
Only halfway.
Wait. No. I'm stopping this. Thank you very much, Energy. Love you long time.
But you gotta explain yourself, man.
He said when in June, innit? When in June?
Yeah.
You know. This is Pride Month, innit?
Yeah, big up the Pride, isn't that?
Proud.
The Proud. Big up the Proud. You know what I mean?
All right, Energy. Saying the quiet things out loud. We support you, bro.
Oh man.
I had to remove that from general chat now because it just seems like I posted this. No, it's just forwarded. So I'm good.
Oh man.
Good. All right.
Alright.
What is a wonderful way to basically represent some levity? You get me? Good energy.
Yeah, 100%, man.
100%. Where you go down to?
Reaction.
Let's go to asking for a friend. Somebody has something for you.
All right, man.
Just for you. Let's pretend I can press it.
Cool. All right, people. So, asking for a friend. So, this gentleman, 32 years old, and he says, I want to change my slave white surname to a more culturally black name, and I need ideas of how to go about this. Amazing. I would like Iman to help me for this because I know he has extensive knowledge about the NOI, and a lot of them did this. Okay. I wish you would give me more information though. What do you kind of subscribe to? Are you Afrocentric? Do you subscribe to a particular spiritual or African traditional system? Are you maybe half something? Or I don't know, for example, like let's just say you're mixed, right? And maybe your dad or your mum is from Nigeria or something, but you don't have their surname. Are you tied to an African country in some capacity? Because then I think that might be the easiest way to do something like that, to maybe ask them and see if there's a Nigerian name or a West African name or East African, South African name, whatever that's in your family. If none of the above, and you mentioned the NOI here, are you basically saying you want to join the NOI, perhaps? Because obviously by joining the NOI, you would then get your name changed, basically. Because obviously in the nation, what happens is once you register, you're part of the nation and stuff, you would basically request that you get your white surname, your slave name removed, and it'll be replaced with an X. You know what I'm saying? And then in due time, you then get the X replaced by a righteous name. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how, I need a bit more information. So if you don't mind, please give me a bit more information, then I can give you a proper answer tomorrow, man, if you're watching this. Because I think this is a good question, man. So please, give me a bit more information so I know how to answer it properly, please.
All right, and now into the reaction.
Let's get into the reaction. All right, people, welcome to the reaction. There isn't much to talk about. It's still the same old FIFA Club World Cup results and stuff like that. They're still playing and whatnot. Yesterday, FC Porto drew with Al Ali 4-4. Inter Miami CF, they drew with Palmeiras 2-2. Auckland City drew with Boca Juniors 1-1. And Benfica actually beat Bayern Munich 1-0. So that's Group C. So that's the results for Group A and Group C. Earlier today, we had Chelsea. They beat ES Tunis 3-0. So they're progressing through to the next stage. Flamengo drew 1-1 with LA, with Los Angeles Football Club. And later today, you've got Group F games. Borussia Dortmund's going to be playing Hyundai, Ulsan Hyundai. And the Mamelodi Sundowns, they're going to be taking on Fluminense at 8 o'clock as well. There's some European under-21 games as well, you know, semi-finals actually. So England's going to be taking on Netherlands this evening, 5 p.m. And Germany will be taking on France at 8 o'clock. So these are the under-21, the European Championships as well. But like I said, Chelsea, man, they did their thing. Benfica, they also progressed because they beat Bayern Munich. They're progressing to the last 16 as the Group C winners. And Chelsea, like I said, they're progressing too. And what else was I going to say? Arsenal, Brent, they're looking to buy the Chelsea goalkeeper, Kepa.
Yeah.
Good, yeah?
Yeah. Well,
Solid
it's
keeper.
good second keeper.
Okay,
Solid.
cool. Well, that guy, the 30-year-old, he has a £5 million release clause. Yeah, man. And he added, I believe, an extra year to his contract last summer before a good loan spell at Bournemouth. And yeah, man, he's looking to join Arsenal, man, to compete with Raya for the starting spot. But you're saying he's definitely second place. He ain't taking no starting spot.
No, he's not taking a starting spot.
All right, cool. Well, like I said, there isn't much really to talk about. In terms of boxing, though, there is a fight today. Liam Parrell's going to be fighting Jonathan Navarro. Like I mentioned yesterday, he's going to be fighting in Australia. I'm seeing a lot of fighters coming out from Australia recently. They're doing their thing, man. What's his name? Justin, is it Justin Hunes who fought Wardley the other day? Obviously, Cambosa's been doing anything for a while. Then you've got the son of the legendary guy, Tim Zhu as well. So a lot of people from Australia are really doing a lot, and there's a lot more fights happening in Australia. So big up Australia for making that sort of thing happen. But like I said as well, Deontay Wilder's going to be back, man. On Friday, he's fighting against Terrell Herndon. Never heard of the brother before. But Deontay Wilder's back, man. Apparently, we're going to see what he does. Again, Deontay Wilder that doesn't throw his hands should not be anywhere near the ring, because he doesn't have the skill to be elusive and whatnot. And yeah, man, he's been through quite a few wars, man. And hopefully he does well. Because it would be good to see him in the ring and I guess a last big paycheck against AJ, potentially. But yeah, just wishing him the best, man. Wishing him the best. But that's pretty much it, guys, for the reaction.
Did you speak about Canelo and Crawford?
No, not yet. We're going to get into that. But you know what? Since we're here, they had their face-off.
Mm.
Do you know what the thing is? A lot of people saying Crawford looked kind of shook. And I'm not going to lie, yeah. Let me go back a bit. So I'm not talking about the face-off that happened recently. There was one before that. And you see Crawford's face looking like, kind of just like, almost like he was glad to be there sort of thing. And after the face-off, kind of looking into Canelo's face and thinking, all right, this is really happening and I don't know what I signed up for, sort of thing. That's what it kind of looked like. And I think he heard people saying this in the boxing world. So when it came to this last face-off, which I think you're talking about, where he seemed to be the aggressor and pushing Canelo back and made Canelo have to push him, I think that was in response to that. He recognized that the world is saying, yo, Crawford, step up sort of thing. Because remember, people need to recognize both of these guys are Hall of Famers. They haven't retired yet, obviously. They're both going to retire soon. Canelo's probably got like 2 years left, max. Crawford, I think, is going to retire after this, right? These are Hall of Famers, legendary boxers. So they have a certain amount of respect for each other. They're not going to go in there and be silly. You know, there's no need. You know what I'm saying? They genuinely respect each other's talents. So they don't hate each other. This is a money thing. This is obviously Crawford chasing legacy, trying to be great, or rather trying to be even greater. Because I'm on record saying if Crawford beats Canelo and potentially even defends his title one time at that weight, argument for the best of all time. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't do that. Regular guys don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody does that, right? So anyway, it's just one of those. It's going to be a sick fight to watch. I'm just hoping that Crawford still has a lot left in the tank to put up a good fight, because everything is pretty much against him, if I'm being honest. Canelo's a bigger guy, solid guy, hard puncher, somewhat elusive. He doesn't move as much as he used to because he's older too. He's been in quite a lot of fights. Canelo's maybe fought, what, how many, 50, 60 fights now? maybe 60 plus fights. These Mexicans start early, innit? So, but Crawford is also 38, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a lot left in the tank. He's an amazing fighter. And we saw kind of a dip when he fought Madrimov at 154. Jumping up to 168 to fight Canelo. Yeah. It's a bit mad. But anyway, I digress. The face-off was good. It's good to see everyone basically there. It looked like Max Kellerman was back. Good to see Kellerman back because I really like Kellerman. Everyone loves Kellerman, to be fair. He knows his boxing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, it's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be very tough for Crawford. But yeah, like a bunch said, what E-Man, don't let Spence fans gas you. Crawford ain't shook. No, Crawford, I'm not saying Crawford shook in that. He looked shook though in that clip. But Crawford is a fighter though. He's a real guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doubting Crawford at all. He's legend. He's a legendary guy.
Isn't he that guy that fought that match that you said was the best ever?
Yeah.
He looked like a unit. Like, he was just perfect.
Perfect in that fight. Perfect. You know when you're bored sometimes or you've got time in your hand, you're trying to think, what boxing fight what fight can I just watch? You just watch that. Masterclass. Flawless performance. Yeah, but that was at 147. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's going up.
He's going up to 168.
Well,
So
what's
he's
a
going
good
up
way to bow out, no?
100%.
Win or lose.
100%, yeah. He's going to make millions, tens of millions. And yeah, man's got 7 kids, man. So, you know, he's got a big family. He's got lots of people that depend on him. And it would be good for him to do that. Undefeated as well. Even if you do lose to Canelo, you jump from 154 to 168. Nobody does that. That's crazy. He dominated at what? 140, 144, 147, 154, got a title. But then you jumped 160 to 168. It's a lot. It's a lot. And yeah, I understand, man. I understand why you'd want to go for it. But it's gonna be a tough.
But Du says what fight specifically? Wasn't that the Spencer Crawford fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
before going into it, a lot of people were. I think you also were gassing me into thinking that Spence was going to win.
Yeah, I actually said Spence would win it.
Yeah.
I actually said it. But I did say, I believe, it depends on if he's fully recovered and all that sort of stuff. So I was hoping, I didn't want to make any excuses though. So I did say Spence, but I think deep down, I didn't think he had fully recovered. And when you see the fight, and again, this is not me trying to take anything away from Crawford because it was a masterclass, but that wasn't Spence. That's not the Spence that we know. It's not. He's far more durable. He was reaching a lot more, and he was far more conscious of being hit because I think he had injuries that haven't fully recovered. You know what I'm saying? The man had a horrible car crash, almost died. I don't say not too long before that, but prior to that anyway. He wasn't the same Spence. He had been through wars as well, man. You know what I'm saying? And the Spence that you've seen in those fights there, this was a battle-worn Spence. You know what I'm saying? That fought Crawford. But again, I think Crawford still would have won. When you perform like that, I don't know who beats you. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a perfect performance. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And to be fair, Spence ain't been back since. That was 2 years ago. Spence has grown his hair now. You know what I'm saying? He's a different guy. You know what I'm saying? That guy don't box no more. It's just on Twitter and stuff and running. But anyway, big up Spence, man. I like Spence. I do like Spence. That was his only loss as well. And I think Spence should go down as a Hall of Famer, I think. Because he dominated. He dominated 147. You know what I'm saying? So, big up Spence as well, man. But yeah, look, Natty says it as well. Spence was the truth before the crashes. Let's not lie, it's true. This is what I'm saying. That's why I said I think Spence may edge it. But I think ultimately the skills pay the bill, man. And Crawford has more in his arsenal than Spence. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it, but let's get into the wrap up. All right, people. It's been a great show. Just a reminder, tomorrow we've got an even better show. We've got a family member coming back.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a guest coming for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Both excellent minds. Got amazing topics to talk about. Get your pens and pads. I'm telling you ahead of time. we may be split. We may be split. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. But don't be too emotional unless you're going to call up the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Or just be emotional in chat. Call up and, you know what I mean?
Let it be worth something.
Yeah.
Bring your emotion to the Discord.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a very good show tomorrow. Once again, RIP to the legendary King of Pop, Michael Jackson. And today we spoke about how the UK, a review has warned that the UK must actively prepare for potential of war in the homeland, i.e. here, right? And also another report basically says that more Britons than ever are struggling to make ends meet. A lot of people are really struggling, man. Cost of living is bad for a lot of us. We also spoke about Mali signing a trade deal with Russia as their ties strengthen. We spoke about the children who are being killed in an horrific hospital attack in Sudan. We also spoke about the early assessments, how an early assessment suggests that US strikes didn't destroy Iran's nuclear sites. Remember, Trump basically said he obliterated everything. People are saying, my friend, you've only sent them back a few months. Some people are saying you only sent them back a couple of years, max. And also we spoke about Malala, who is a globally recognized activist and Nobel laureate, and how she's expanding her advocacy, man, into women's sports, you know what I'm saying, through a new initiative called Recess. So support what she's doing. Also, trigger warning, we spoke about the film director who was unfortunately found dead, man, stabbed 8 times by her sister, allegedly, right? Horrible. And of course, we spoke about Sadiq Khan, who basically leads a huge Labour revolt against the PM, Keir Starmer. Why? Because of the benefit cuts, man. And Kevin Baynock offers to even save the PM right now, saying, listen, make sure you abide by the 3 things that we want to give you, and we will make sure that this gets signed off. And for the topic of the day, we spoke about Trump dropping the F-bombs. You know, forget nuclear bombs. The guy dropped the F-bomb live on TV. Vex at Iran and Israel, but mainly at Israel. And yeah, once again, guys, hope you have a blessed day. Tomorrow we'll be here at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a good show. Make sure you tell a friend, tell another goddamn friend.
Can we just have a moment of silence to see how many people can like the video? Because we're on 60 right now. And we have enough for us to get to 100.
True indeed.
Right? Before we say goodbye.
I agree with you, man.
If we get that, we'll turn up tomorrow. If we don't, we're not here tomorrow.
And I'm down.
Don't you think? I mean,
I think that's what
Buddy Love talked about the red button.
Yes, 100%. I agree with you, Brent. Facts.
Yeah, man, that's the least. That's the least we can ask for, and that's the least y'all could possibly do. Just on your way out, you know? Sometimes on your way out, you say goodbye. Sometimes on the way out, you turn around and go back in. You understand?
This is it.
But thank you very much for those who have reached this far. And on your way out, please, can you just press the like button? It doesn't hurt
at all.
It really doesn't hurt. All right. Thank you very much, and good. Bye.
Peace.
Let's just wait and see what happens. It's on 72 so far, which is good. It is good. Ooh, 75. By the way, I would never press the red button in your. Does that defeat the purpose? Say that I'm bluffing.
Well, the day ones know that we've had times where we've had to block the screen. You know what I'm saying? They know what we're capable of.
Yeah.
It's not much that we're asking for, Brent. You know what I mean?
I don't think so either.
It's not much, man.
I think this was the screen, isn't it?
That was it, man.
That's the screen.
I'm glad to see it's working.
Nostalgia.
That needs to come back. I'm telling you, man.
Please like the video. Thank you.
Don't cost you a penny, goddammit.
People have 2 people have said no. Thumbs down.
All right.
If I left it up to Manuel to basically say you can press a button, we won't be here tomorrow.
I think it would have been pressed time ago. I would have done this. I've broken the button.
All right, cool. Good. Bye, people. Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
Later.